PureEsperanza, bringing you ancient wisdom's quantum leap. Find your connection, consciousness communities in the metaverse. Our mission? To spark creativity, curiosity, consciousness, and well-being through responsible technology and wisdom teaching.
Welcome to our 6-part well-being support series to help you get feeling good. Your host, Drew McCaughey, flow state and energy transformation coach, and myself, Esperanza Smith, energy medicine practitioner, holistic educator, and founder of PureEsperanza NFP, a nonprofit dedicated to consciousness and well-being. This episode, quantum communications, how to achieve it naturally. So let's quantum leap right into the benefits of natural healing and the communication between our systems. There are a lot of communications going on in our body, and there are a lot of ways to support our body's communication systems. People often think that it has to be all one way or another, but not so. Today, we'll share a 3-way communication and vital systems that are less talked about, but 100% essential in supporting our body's communication. So let's start with neurotransmitters, Drew.
Yeah, I love talking about neurotransmitters as the flow state coach. That's one of my favorite topics. I know we're not going to get into a lot of details about it in this particular episode, but neurotransmitters are, part of your endocannabinoid system, and the neurotransmitters have such an extraordinary influence on how we feel. It's just amazing. For example, if you're stressed, you're going to produce cortisol, which helps produce more stress. And if you're feeling good, you're producing a lot of serotonin. So if we can, activate more serotonin in your body, you're probably going to feel a little better. Those are just some small examples. Yeah. And I know we're going to get into it in the endocannabinoid system a little bit more, but I know you've got some slides here about what the endocannabinoid system is. So maybe we should share that with people so they get a little feel for what the endocannabinoid system is and how extraordinary influential throughout your whole body it actually is.
And I love this image with the brain so that we can see, like, this is actually neurotransmitters that are being activated all the time and communicating throughout our body. That's a big piece that I think that, not everybody realizes, that these are like a synapses that's occurring continually all the time. So,
and it's not just your brain, it's your whole body. That's the other thing that a lot of people don't realize. We're here, we're talking about the 3 brains, etc. Here in this episode, we're going to talk more specifically about the brain itself, but it is throughout your whole body is having an influence on it.
The endocannabinoid system, what an incredible system, Drew. Still breaking ground in the health circles. And the more I learn about it, the more I see it as the micro of the macro, similarly to our last episode where we were discussing how that mitochondria function was in our cell optimization. And, again, just these tiny little, microscopic activity that's going on. And so how does the endocannabinoid system support that 3-way communication, improve and benefit our immune system? And I know you have more on that, but that's what we want to talk about.
Yeah. So if you want to bring those images up, just to give people an idea of how really influential it is throughout your whole body. We've got these receptor sites throughout our body, and they're looking to be activated. Right. So when they're activated, when the proper ones are activated, then you're going to have a relational neurotransmitter released. So I just mentioned serotonin, for example. There's receptor sites. So there you go. You can see there's receptor sites throughout your whole body, and they're looking for specific nutrients to activate them. Now, your body produces its own cannabinoids. That's why it's called endocannabinoid system. Your body actually produces these. But over time, and we've talked about this in the last episode, with the depletion of soils and nutrients and all the other stuff in our food, and the fact that, just in cannabis has been outlawed in the United States from even studying it since the 1920s. So we haven't had access to this nutrition for a long, long time. And this is one of the areas really where we've been deficient in a lot of ways. And you can just see how powerful it actually is.
And excuse me for 1 second, I just wanted for our viewers to really understand, if you look at this chart, look at all these organs, heart, stomach, your digestive tract, your adrenal system, your uterus, your prostate, your testes, it's all your reproductive system. And then you have your thyroids and, everything you can imagine, everything involved with your brain. That's so extensive. And so sorry for the interruption. I was just fascinated by that. Yeah.
Just briefly, the endocannabinoid system is really the one that coordinates all the communication between all your other systems. It ties together your nervous system, your digestive system, all the systems that you know about. If the endocannabinoid system is not functioning properly, then all the other systems start operating on their own. And again, we're going to go into more detail on that in the next episode. But that's how important understanding the endocannabinoid system is. But today, I know we're going to talk about
there's so much more.
The brain.
Yeah, there's so much more conversation about our brains, our three brains: brain, heart, gut. All with their own intelligence. This is a three-way communication that affects us at levels of body, mind, and soul. That's an important aspect to really understand too. We at PureEsperanza see a holistic approach to our whole well-being, having the most favorable outcome. And while there's no one way, we do carry a product that can be beneficial and have results to boost our three-way communication system. That's called Lion's Mane. Drew, I know you've researched it. And can you share a little bit about with us today with us?
Yes. The Lion's Mane, wow. It's Lion's Mane mushroom. And it provides the body, or it actually stimulates nerve growth factor. So it helps your body synthesize more nerve growth factor. And we're not going to get into a lot of detail about the Lion's Mane. If somebody wants to do a little Google search, just do a Google search on the benefits of Lion's Mane mushroom, and you can get, they'll do a deep dive with you on all the benefits. What's important to understand about Lion's Mane specifically is the form in which you're taking it, because there's powders, there's, different aspects. What we have here, what you guys carry, is a whole flower extract fluid. Okay, so one of the reasons it's important to understand that is because a lot of companies that sell Lion's Mane sell, in a powder, or they put it in something else, or they put it in a coffee or whatever. And where they get that from, and the time between processing and turning it into a powder and actually picking it is important. So just as an example, and not putting anything down about China or anything, I'm just saying a lot of companies will source their Lion's Mane from China. And if you do that, then you better make sure that it's completely dehydrated before you put it into a shipping container, because if it has any moisture at all in that shipping container, by the time it gets over here to be processed and turned into whatever product that you're going to turn it into, a powder or whatever, there's a good chance it would develop bacteria or fungus. And this is why some of the people that ingest Lion's Mane in a powder or whatever it is will say we'll experience an upset stomach.
Right.
And so it's important to understand that what you guys are carrying is a fluid. It's from the time of processing, actually taking the plant off and then going through the process, the extraction process, which is just extracting the whole fluid from, not adding anything in, not taking anything out, just the whole plant itself fluid. It's all under the control of the manufacturers. So there's no risk. And the other thing is that this is, because it's a fluid, you're dropping it under your tongue.
Right.
So it doesn't go through the body and through the digestive system at all, which is, that can dilute a product, right?
Yeah.
This is going right into your system, right into your brain. And the benefits of nerve growth factor in your brain over time have been shown and tested and studied. And it's extraordinary what can happen. I mean, you're talking about memory, cognition, all of those things. So this is a very, very powerful nootropic.
Yeah, the absorption rate is really very, very strong. But I think that also what we were talking about is you had mentioned, I had talked a little bit about, how it's going to boost that three-way communication, but it's also that regenerative part that we were talking about as far as your nerves and your cells. So if you want to just touch on that a minute.
Yeah, it actually does promote not only, strengthening nerves, it actually makes them bigger, and stronger. So your communication is stronger. So your memory is better. Your everything that you do in terms of recalling and all your brain functions operate better. So it's just an amazing product. I love this.
Yeah. And, I think for people, if they aren't familiar about it, like you said, they can do some more research on that on their own, because it is extensive in terms of the research that's being done on it. And as well as a lot of the new neurotherapies that are in place are looking towards using something like lion's mane, whose origin is a fungi. It's a mushroom, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that kind of new research that's being done, and even in helping things with like dementia and other kinds of things that people have experienced now and that are more prevalent in what we see happening. And it's so interesting to see over the next couple of years how all this correlation of our lifestyles and certainly ways that we've evolved, and yet also may have inadvertently caused some harm to our systems. And now the other side of it is how we can heal our systems. So it's as if though, like you and I sort of have that belief, you can never win, or you can never lose at this game. You can only win. You can only win.
Right.
So
and what's fun? What's really fun is we're going back to plants.
Yeah,
totally. That's really fun.
Yeah. Totally about. Yes, that connection with the plant kingdom. And as an energy medicine worker, we're really working a lot with the plants and the natural order that there is, because we really, as an energy medicine practitioner personally, I believe that there's just that infinite wisdom that we're given through our relationship with all life. And certainly the plant kingdom has so much to offer us. Again, thank you so much for being with us, Drew. Of course, this product is one of many, and we just encourage you to always educate yourself. Leave the comments below. We want to get your feedback, and there's always more information at PureEsperanza.org. Our shop, blogs, the global community, again, where you'll find Drew, and there you'll also see his website and links to connect with him at youarepowerfulbeyondmeasure.com, and our Pure Esperanza YouTube channel. Follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter, and lots of free resources for you, for your well-being. Use them, boost yourself, and claim your golden ticket. Thank you.